How to do homework number 21 for geometry class. So I'm looking at homework number 21. Some people were confused. Here is number 2. It says to find sine of theta. All right, so what I have to do is think about this sheet that has opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent, and so forth. And I can notice right away that it says sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So I need to know what's opposite and hypotenuse and so forth. So one thing to know is that the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So here's the right angle. So across from that is the hypotenuse. So this is going to be the hypotenuse up here. All right, then I need to identify the opposite side. So here's my theta. Theta is the angle. If I go across from that, then here's the opposite side over here, across from that. And then the other side is the adjacent side. So this is the adjacent side. We know that because it's right next to the theta. All right. Now I want to find sine of theta. So it says that sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So my sine of theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So my problem is I don't know what the opposite side is, so I can start by finding that out using Pythagoras' theorem, right? So I can see that I have 11 is across from the c, so that's c is equal to 11, and I can do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, using 11 for the c, and square root 71. We could call it a or b, but an important thing to know is when we're labeling the sides like they do here, the side across from angle b is side b. The side across from angle A is side A. That doesn't make a difference here, but it's going to make a difference down here. All right, so that's A, that's B, and this is C. All right, so let's find out what A is. So we're going to go with A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And from our diagram, our A is the unknown, so we're just going to leave it A squared. Our b is square root of 71, so we're going to have square root of 71, but since it's squared, we're going to have square root of 71 squared, and that has to equal c squared, and since c was 11, I have 11 squared. All right, so now I have a squared plus, so whenever I have a square root and a square, they're going to cancel out. So I just have 71 there, and I'll use a calculator to figure out that 11 squared is 121. Now I just need to solve this equation for a, so I'm going to subtract 71 from both sides, minus 71, minus 71. So then I'm going to have a squared equals 50. Now, you can use a calculator to do the square root, because we have to do the square root now, right? So we're going to do square root of this side, square root of that side. You could use a calculator to do that, or you could just leave it square root of 50. If you really want, you can simplify that. We don't have to, but just in case you want to, I know 50 is 25 times 2. It's good practice. And 25 is 5 times 5. Here's my pair, goes outside. Here's my loner, goes inside. So you could say 5 square root of 2 if you wanted. All right, but I think we can just leave it for us just square root of 50. So I now know that a is square root of 50. Now I can go back to where I said that the sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, and so my opposite over hypotenuse is square root 50 over 11, so equals square root 50 over 11. Now in the directions they do say simplify all radicals, so if we didn't simplify that radical yet, we should do it now, but fortunately we already did, following this procedure like this, and we got 5 square root of 2. So we're going to write that final answer as 5 square root 2 over 11. All right, and that's how you do the first part of homework 21. I'll prepare a second video for number 5 and 4 and all those.